Every dog owner knows the heartwarming feeling of your dog waiting for you when coming back home. The jumps, the cuddles, and the tail wiggling. But what if some of those loving gestures aren't what they seem? While dogs are known for their loyalty and love to their owners, sometimes we misinterpret their actions. To give a furry friend the best life possible, it's important to understand all the subtle cues and behaviors your dog might show you, even if they mean something completely different than we believe. And that's why in today's video, we are going to show you the signs you should be watching out for if you want to find out if your dog loves you or not. The bond between dog and human is thousands of years old, and it evolved from a relationship of utility to one of deep love. Initially, early humans and wolves formed relationships to gather food, with wolves assisting in hunting and humans providing them with food. Over time, as wolves became domesticated, they transformed into the loyal dogs we know today. This evolution wasn't just physical but also emotional. As dogs became an important part of human communities, the emotional connection got more intense, and today it goes way beyond the needs of survival. Today, the bond between humans and dogs is built on trust and understanding. However, without it, the connection to your dog is at risk. Therefore, understanding your dog's wants and needs are essential to a good relationship, and they will dictate the quality of life, not just the one of your dog, but also yours. But what if the signals your dog sends to you are not ones of love, but of discomfort, or even hate? Recognizing these signs is crucial, so let's take a look at some indicators that show you that your dog might not love you as much as you think. The first and most misinterpreted sign of your dog's love is probably the behavior of his tail. As most of us know, the tail of a dog is kinda like a barometer that shows their emotion. When you see your dog's tail wiggling energetically with a relaxed motion, it's often a sign of happiness. It's their expression of joy because they may be seeing you or they think that something good is about to happen. On the other side, a tail that is tucked between the legs means a different emotion. This behavior is a clear sign of nervousness, fear, or submission. It's basically their way to show fear or indicate that something isn't right. But since most of you probably know that, let's take a look at a little bit more subtle, the language of a dog's eyes. Just like with humans, for dogs, it's a sign of trust, bonding, and connection. They're reaching out to you and try to communicate their love with you. However, on the flip side, if a dog is constantly avoiding eye contact with you, it might indicate discomfort, fear, or they might even challenge your authority in some cases. Recognizing these little nuances offer an important insight in your dog's feelings, and also the way he feels about you. Now, talking about subtle signs, let's take a look at the behavior after your dog just ate something. Usually after a meal, dogs seek closeness with their owners, which is a behavior that comes from the pack dynamics from earlier days. In the wild, mealtime is a communal event, and after they eat, they came together to relax and show their love. Therefore, when a dog seeks to cuddle with you after eating, it's a sign of trust, and that he sees you as an important part of his pack. However, if a dog constantly goes to another corner of the room after you fed them, it might show that something isn't quite right with the connection to your dog, and this is something you should be working on, as it's essential to strengthening the relationship to your dog. The same goes for when a dog consistently maintains distance from you. This behavior isn't just because he wants to be alone, it's often a way to show deeper feelings. Dogs, by nature, are social animals, and therefore they actively seek companionship. If they are constantly keeping their distance from you, it might show deeper fear from you, or a sign that he doesn't trust you. Therefore, the rule of thumb becomes, the closer your dog wants to be to you, the more he loves you. But even if your dog is around you, this doesn't necessarily mean that he loves you. A dog that's constantly on alert next to you still shows discomfort. If his ears are constantly perked up, they have an always ready posture and often change places. They might show their discomfort this way. However, if they are in the relaxed sprawl or belly up position, it shows you that they trust you. Another sign you should be looking out for is that they try to avoid body contact with you. This is one of the biggest warning signals you should be looking out for. See, touch is a fundamental part of humans to connect with their pets because it offers comfort, affection, and reassurance. However, if a dog constantly avoids getting touched by you or tries to get away when you actually touch him, it's a clear sign of trust issues. However, it isn't always your fault. This can also come from past traumas, such as abuse or negative experiences in combination with being touched. For other dogs, they might be very sensitive on certain parts of their body, but recognizing these things is vital. And with patience and trust building, many dogs can easily overcome this. One of the biggest signs your dog actually loves you is when they bring you their toys or other items from around the house. This behavior is often seen as a form of gift giving, and it's deeply rooted in their pack mentality. By offering you the stuff that they think it's theirs, they not only show you their trust, but it's also a sign that they respect you and want to give something you. Researchers have found out that this is a gesture of vulnerability and bonding. Therefore, at the same time, if a dog doesn't really bring you his stuff, this could show that there might be something wrong with your relationship. However, the biggest sign that a dog doesn't love you is probably that they constantly seek the attention of others instead of you. See, dogs are naturally drawn to those who provide them with positive reinforcements, affection, and security. If they constantly seek out the company of others, it could indicate they find more joy or comfort with them. In most cases, they are just happy to see someone else and they want to greet them. But if this happens constantly and is paired with other signs I've just mentioned, it should be a warning sign that something is completely off in the relationship with you and your dog. Now, if you noticed one or even multiple of these behaviors in your dog, then you should definitely do something to deepen your bond. The first and easiest one is to consistently play and train with your dog. Now, training your dog is more than just teaching them tricks. It's about communication. Using positive reinforcement and maintaining consistent commands helps build that trust. It helps your dog understand your expectations and assures them of your behavior. After you train it with them, it's also great to spend some quality time with your dog as much as possible. Try to dedicate time to engage in activities your dog loves, whether it's playing fetch, going for long walks, or simply cuddling on the couch. Try to find something that you both enjoy and make a ritual out of it. While you're doing this, you should try to understand your dog's body language. Since dogs communicate everything through body language, it's important for you to interpret these signs the right way. From the wag of their tail to the tilt of their head, every gesture of a dog has a meaning. By learning to read and respect these cues, you can better understand their feelings and needs. Now, because the bond with your dog might not change overnight, it's important that you stay patient. Every dog is unique, and some might take longer to build a deep bond with you, especially if you haven't done anything for it in years. But make sure to stay persistent in your efforts, and over time you will see how your dog shows his affection more and more, and your bond will grow stronger and deeper than ever. However, if you notice that this challenge persists and you simply can't find a way through to your dog, it might be time to consult an expert. A dog behaviorist or a trainer can help you and provide insights into the specific issues you might not see right away. As we close this video, it's important to understand that these have just been a handful of signs your dog might give you when it comes to showing his feelings. As I said earlier, every gesture, every bark, and every movement has its meaning for a dog, and it's your job to understand these signs. Now, if you want to learn more of these signs and want to see all the tricks you can use to make your dog love you, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Also, please let us know down in the comments which of these behaviors your dog shows or if there are any more signs you notice. With that being said, thanks for watching, and until next time.